Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Today I want to share with you this news that I found, which I think is very interesting for several reasons. So let's go into the details. This particular information comes from Lithuania, and it says Lithuanian citizens pull 4.7 million, I suppose 4.7 million euros to buy advanced drone for Ukraine's military. And this news is from Saturday. Today is Monday 30, 2022. So it says hundreds of Lithuanian citizens rallied together to raise nearly 5 million to purchase an advanced military drone for Ukraine to use in its ongoing war against Russia. And this is a photo of the drone they wanted to buy. I think is Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2. So let's take a look here. It says the fundraiser was completed in just 3.5 days and was largely comprised of small donations from ordinary Lithuanian citizens. Reuters reported on Saturday, citing Laisvės TV, a Lithuanian internet broadcaster that launched the effort. The money, a total of 4.7 million, will now be used to purchase a Bayraktar TB2 military drone, an unmanned aerial vehicle that has proven highly successful against Russian forces. That last part is not really true. They have not been successful, at least not as they will make you believe. There is ample evidence that they are only effective when they venture into areas where there is no air defense systems, which is only small portions of the Russian forces. So they are really not effective, in the way they will be against other militaries. They are just not very effective in this particular case. So what is very interesting for me is this part that says this is the first case in history when ordinary people raise money to buy something like a Bayraktar. It is unprecedented. It is unbelievable. And it says this was said by Beshta Petro, Ukraine's ambassador to Lithuania. So I agree with him in something. This is really unbelievable. Ukraine is sucking people's minds, sucking people's money, and people don't know what they're doing with their money. They just believe that they're contributing to some kind of a noble cause, and it's not like that. Now, this is all propaganda, and there's ample evidence of this. Some of these I have already shown on this channel, so let's continue reading this. It says Ukraine had purchased nearly 2,000 Bayraktar before, and they were destroyed at the start of the war. And then they received additional 16 in March, and they were already destroyed. So I don't know what people think one extra Bayraktar is going to do. This is really very, very sad, and in my opinion very stupid that even people contribute to something like this. And they even talk about some song that they made about the Bayraktar drone, which is also ridiculous. It's all propaganda. People just listen to different media sources that are not the mainstream, and you will see what happens here. So take a look at here. It says Lithuania, former Soviet Union state and NATO member, has been an outspoken critic of the invasion. Along with other Baltic states, it has expressed fears that Russia could expand the war into its own country and has moved to ramp up security efforts in recent months. So this is what is really about. No, this is a proxy war. Lithuania and all the other countries that are providing Ukraine with weapons, they are willing to sacrifice every Ukrainian soldier just so that they will hopefully defeat Russia, and so that Russia won't come and take their own country. This is kind of the logic behind all this, which is very, very stupid, And let's take a look at this part here that says several Lithuanians who donated to help purchase the Bayraktar said they were happy to help the Eastern European nation in its effort to end the bloody war. Giving more weapons is not going to help end the war. Ukraine is losing the war. There is no way that more weapons are going to change anything. The back of the army is broken. People understand this. The back of the army, the Ukrainian army is broken. It doesn't matter how many weapons you send, it won't change the course of the war, no matter what. The problem is the soldiers. You cannot train fast enough new soldiers to be effectively using new weapons. It doesn't matter if you recruit new soldiers, new people to become soldiers. They're just cannon fodder. They will be slaughtered in the battlefront. So I don't know how is something like this positive news, but it goes very far to say that people eat propaganda whole. They swallow it and they don't even question it. Let's take a look at this. That it comes from Agne Belikaite. It says, before this war started, none of us thought that we'll be buying guns, but it's a normal thing now. Something must be done for the world to get better. Well, buying guns is not going to make the world better. I'm completely sure of this, And she goes on to say, I have been donating to buy guns for Ukraine for a while now and will do so until the victory. She added, while noting that she is motivated in part by fears that Russia could attack Lithuania. See, again, it's exactly like that. Even normal citizens understand that this is a proxy war. It's not about Russia being attacking all these countries. They're just afraid of Russia and they are willing to sacrifice every Ukrainian citizen for this fear. I don't know if it is well-founded fear or not. So far, Russia has been confined to the objectives they set from the start. Maybe that will change based on the recent escalation that has been triggered by all these weapon shipments and all the recent actions from Ukraine. They warned about it from the start. They say, if you continue escalating, things will change. So this has been already foretold, So I'm not sure. I'm not Putin. I don't have access to Putin. So I just say that he mentioned that if there is continued efforts to escalate the tensions in Ukraine, as it has been the case, in among other things, Russia will attack centers, political centers, decision-making centers, and he even mentioned that Ukraine could lose its statehood. So that means, for those of you who don't understand, that will mean Russia taking over the entirety of Ukraine. So that's it, but what I also find interesting is that people are donating their hard-earned money to some country they don't know anything about. For example, do they know that there is ample evidence that the Ukrainian president is very corrupt and it has a lot of money stored somewhere else? This is coming from the Pandora Papers. If you don't know what the Pandora Papers are, you can research it online, but they say that they reveal that Volodymyr Zelensky and his close circle were the beneficiaries of a network of offshore companies, including some that own expensive London property. So you can take a look and read all these. It goes into a lot of detail about this, and there were some politicians in the European Union. I can't recall who was at the moment. Might have been in Netherlands, but I could be wrong. They were mentioning this, that Zelensky is corrupt, and well, a corrupt president, what will he do with more money? Well, become more rich, and just pay attention to the corruption in Ukraine. Corruption is widespread in Ukrainian society. Ukraine is among the three most corrupt nations, and is the most corrupt nation in Europe. Beside the fact that there is ample evidence of the far-right neo-Nazi movement in Ukraine, not only in the military but also in the government. So I mentioned that also in this channel in previous videos, so you can take a look at that and just do some research on your own. On YouTube you can find a lot of information about this. It's widespread, is well known, it's just not mainstream information, so you can probably have to dig up a little bit to find this information. I will put links to all this information in the description area of this video. At the bottom I will put all the references that I have used for this video and some other things that might be useful for you to understand the whole issue here. So that's it for now, guys. Just as always, I ask you to please like the video, share it in social media, please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for watching.